So just because I think something's good doesn't mean that you're going to think something's good. Obviously, we know that people disagree on what's good and bad, on all sorts of things. But let's talk about the stock market, and let's talk about what makes a stock good. And by the end of this video, maybe you still disagree. You might think that this stock is great for me, and I might think, okay, but listen, and that's okay. Those are different trading styles and strategies. But at the end of this video, you're going to have what you need to know to be able to pick a good stock that fits your trading style and move forward in that trade. So let's get started. Now, across the board, one of the things that we should be able to agree on is a good stock produces, or a good company produces good earnings. Now, what do I mean by earnings? And we do have, and of course, there are a few cases out there where a stock or a company is not profitable, but the stock price continues to move higher. Okay, I understand that. But if we're talking about a sound company, we want to make sure that that company has positive earnings, but not only positive earnings, we want to see that they're able to increase their earnings year over year and period over period. Now, what do I mean by this? So we want to see a company that has positive earnings, that they have a net profit, but that net profit continues to increase as time goes on. You know, we don't want to see a company that made a lot of money this year, then the next year it made a little less money, but it's still positive, and then the following year it made a little less money, but it's still positive. No, we want to see earnings that are rising. Now let's talk about the industry. When we buy a stock, we want to buy a stock that's rising in a rising or growing industry. Now let's take a look at a couple examples here. Cryptocurrency and marijuana. Those are two of the newest industries out there, and with a lot of opportunity comes a lot of risk. I know it was a couple years ago now, blockchain and cryptocurrency stocks were just flying off the shelves. Everybody wanted to get in, everybody wanted to buy, but of course shortly after they started to fall. So yes, there's still opportunity left in the cryptocurrency market, but there's a lot of risk there as well because it's new and uncharted. And the same goes for marijuana. I know a lot of marijuana stocks do very well when they first come out, and they did very well when they first came out alongside the cryptocurrency boom. Marijuana was also booming at the same time. But, like I say, with all of this opportunity comes risk. So be ready to weigh your risk to reward ratios and just know if that stock fits your investment style. Now, another thing we want to look at when we look at industry is that industry growing? Or maybe is it a dying industry? Now let's take a look at Blockbuster versus Netflix. Now some of you watching this video, you might not even know what Blockbuster is. Maybe you saw the little clip they had in the, I think it was Captain Marvel movie. You know, of course she crashes down to Earth on a Blockbuster in 1995 or 96, whenever that was. But Blockbuster was a video store. You could go to the store, you could rent a video, you could rent a video game, and then you take it home for the weekend and bring it back. Well, of course, with Netflix that came out, now you're sitting on your couch, you want to watch a movie, all you got to do is turn Netflix on, click a button, and the movie's right there. So with the innovation that takes place in these industries, we need to look at what's going to happen next. Okay, Blockbuster might be a great company, they might be doing very well, but if somebody's going to come in and upset the industry like Netflix did, we really need to take this into consideration when we think of whether or not this is a good stock. Now let's talk about stock safety. It's very hard to quantify. Yes, it is. It's not something that a lot of people talk about. Are big companies safe? Are little companies safe? You know, there's a vast array of things that you could look at when discussing safety of a stock. But here at VectorVest, we make it extremely simple. We have a relative safety indicator. It's on a scale of 0 to 2. Anything above 1, that means the company's safe. So don't get caught up in what all of the news outlets out there are saying. This stock is tried and true. It's good. When you're looking at safety, you need to look at a company's ability to meet or exceed earnings expectations, revenue expectations, analyst expectations, time in and time out. You need to look at its consistency in performance. Now, is it a good stock? Okay, it beats analyst expectations this year. Next year, it misses by 10%. It beats them this year, it misses by 20%. This stock is not a very safe stock. We want to see a stock that's consistently rising, that's consistently growing, that's consistently meeting or exceeding expectations. This makes it safe. Now you might say, well, I want to make a lot of money and I want to make it fast. So safe stocks to me aren't really good stocks. I understand. That's why I said at the beginning of this video that our different trading styles and strategies would help us determine what is a good stock and a bad stock. Now what makes a stock good? We can talk about dividend. If you're a passive income investor, a dividend is going to be a great stock for you because you're going to receive regular passive income. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that a stock that pays a dividend or a stock has to pay a dividend in order to be a good stock. No, in some of the previous videos, we've discussed what a dividend is, and it's simply the company deciding to pay out investors from the net profit or from the net earnings at the end of the period. Now, what's the alternative to this? They can reinvest those earnings into the company, and in turn, instead of receiving passive income, you receive capital appreciation. Your stock is worth more over time. But if we're looking at dividends, we want to make sure that that company is able to pay a stable, a healthy dividend. That it's not paying out such a crazy high dividend that it's not going to be able to sustain it. We want to look at dividend history. Has the company been paying a dividend consistently? Has the dividend consistently been rising? All of these things go into play when we're talking about what makes a good stock. Now, a lot of investors, they prefer capital appreciation over dividends, and that's okay. Now, finally, let's talk about management. Who's in charge of the company? If you've got Joe Schmo over here and he's running the company and he's running into the ground, obviously that's not going to be a good stock, or that's not going to be a good company to invest in. But if we're talking about Clayton Corporation and you believe in the management, you believe in the direction of that company, you believe in the team that's driving the forces and driving the company into the future, then of course that's something very important that you need to look at. Who's making the decisions? How are the decisions being made? Is this something that I'm comfortable with? Management and the direction and the future of the company is crucial when talking about what makes a good stock. Now, of course, there are 4 different types of investors that we talk about. We talk about conservative investors, we talk about prudent investors, we talk about aggressive investors, and we talk about speculative investors. Now, each of us have different objectives, each of us have different investment styles and strategies. So, of course, this stock might be great for me, but it's not something that you're going to be interested in. Or this stock might be great for you, but I'm not going to be able to sleep at night because I can't stop worrying about what could happen. So it's very important to know who you are as an investor, to be comfortable with your trading plan, and to follow that trading plan. Don't let emotion get into it. Don't start to worry and wonder. Have your trading plan, know and believe in your trading plan, and be confident that the decisions you're making line up with your financial goals and your plans for your future. Now, what I want to do now, I want to see what you guys think are good stocks. So I want to see the diversity that we have down here in the comments. So leave a stock ticker symbol down below of a company that you think is a good stock to buy. And I just want to see all of the different recommendations we get and the different ways that you guys think, and maybe it'll be a glimpse into your investment style and your investment strategy. So leave a ticker symbol below. If you're not a part of the VV Nation already, don't forget to click that subscribe button, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and as always guys, I hope you have a great day.